sacrifice was worth it. The pain made perfect and gave me a purpose, yeah. And I still don't get no breaks. And you about to learn why if you in my way. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down.
Yeah, look at that. All the belts mighty. In the ring, I swing left, right, man said get ping. Portrait a ting, no ping, we bring man right, somebody shots fling. Ding ding, step in the ring, I swing left, right, man said get ping. Portrait a ting, no ping, we bring man right, somebody shots fling. Ding ding, step in the ring, I swing left, right, man said get ping.
Here we are, getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
And now it's time for the tale of the tape. So here is Saul Canelo Alvarez. He's 172 centimeters tall with a reach of 179. And he'll be facing George G-Force Davey. He comes in at 180 centimeters high with a 72.4-inch reach.
Todd, this is well anticipated. I'm so looking forward to this tear-up. These two are really up for it. You know what? Nobody believes they're going to lose.
Saul Canelo Alvarez, a four-division, multi-time world champion, quite simply one of the greatest of all time. George G-Force Davey, this young fighter out of the United Kingdom, certainly has a bright future.
I'm so excited for this fight. There is no nonsense here.
Well, we're all set. Let's go into the ring for the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is a 4-division world champion and an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Fighting out of the blue corner, introducing from York, England, here is George G-Force Davey.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
You know, look at the stars, ex-fighters, ex-champions ringside. That's what these fights do. That's what these venues do.
No doubt about it. This was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. And there's the bell for round one. They have no respect for each other's punching power. The jab not finding its target. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. Somehow weathered the storm.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than I do.
That counter punch caught him clean. Has to be careful for that risk. George Davey just took a big shot. No rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Get focused, get your mind back on the job, get back out there and win the round.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
Got 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and start it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? And he scores with the counter. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
To beat a counter puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
A swing and a miss with that jab. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Do you believe this? And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
You know, it's a tough fight, and he's going to be confident.
Let's get it started in round 3. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Beautiful counter shot. And that jab just missed with the left hand. Nice counter shot. Good job defending the jab. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They exchange punches. Tried to score with a jab. punch. That left's blocked. The straight right just misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Great round, great round. Now relax. You were thinking.
Back at it in round 4. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that, and you punched him, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Defense is not an option for these two. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now, this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Swing and a miss for that jab. A perfect counter. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special.
I need you to win this round.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're swinging it. An uppercut does not score. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
What a shot! Davey hits the canvas! I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
I need to see that again.
it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Talk about Davey in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
To make or break a fighter.
Back into the fight. You're way better than this guy.
Great work. I love that. I love that. That jab is slick.
On, switch on. Get your boxing back together.
You get middle. Can't miss him. Great work. Stay focused. Don't let him back into the...
In this round, kid, you had everything in the bag, and now you're going to let him back into it. Let's get out there. Get your boxing back together. Just take the round off. Win the round on your jab.
You're timing already. That right hand is beautiful.
There's the bell for round 6. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. He blocks the uppercut. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night.
Well, hold on a second, Johnny. George Davey just got wobbled. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Incredible work rate. Jab slightly off target. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round.
Nice round. Good round.
And there's the bell for round 7. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
There's a counter shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. I wouldn't be surprised if they stop this fight considering the swelling and the bruising. So apparently the referee deems it's not that serious, and this fight moves on. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far? What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Caution is being thrown to the wind. Nope, that uppercut does not score. Can't find a home for that jab. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Alvarez in that last round. He is down big time on the score.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Punch, counter punch. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Bombs away. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Beautiful counter punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. The three judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart, Sadhu. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.
Who thought we'd be fighting at a Gothic cathedral? And yet here we are at Cambrian Hall. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
Time for our tale of the tape. And fighting here, it's Jono King Kong Carroll. This southpaw is the pride of Dublin, Ireland. You know you're in for a fight when you face King Kong. The babyface assassin. It doesn't matter.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, introducing from Dublin, Ireland, the southpaw contender, a junior lightweight world title challenger, King Kong Jono Carroll. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Mexico City, here is the sensational 3-division champion of the world, the baby-faced assassin, Marco Antonio Barrera.
You can tell both of these fighters are exuding confidence as they touch gloves. And here we go.
What a venue, what a fight, what action.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. Here we go.
Good luck.
And that's the opening bell, round 1. Couldn't land that jab. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
He's going to loosen things up here. Let's see how he does with this fancy footwork. Jab scores. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
This is with the straight left. Fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about O'Carroll in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Every second, every minute.
Come on. Let him back in.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Punch, counter punch. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Beautiful counter punch. Do you believe this? This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Your fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
He missed with that jab. Can't score with that jab. Back and forth they go. Good counter punching. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about O'Carroll in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Wow, you know.
Take the round off. Win the round on the jab.
And there's the bell for round 3. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Give me just a second here, Johnny. The end may be near for John O'Carroll. Keeping those gloves up. Oh, wait a minute. This is not where John O'Carroll wants to be. King Kong finally goes down. I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from? 1, 2...
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Sure if I'd be taunting right now. Catch and shoot. That counter punch caught him. Final 10 seconds. Oh, wait a minute. John O'Carroll stumbling and bumbling now. Talk about O'Carroll in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
They're being put down.
It's a tougher fight, and he's going to be confident.
And there's the bell to start round 4. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff it.
Let's go with that right uppercut. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
That counter shot lands. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Jab does not score. Energy and endurance. Did you see that? This is not where John O'Carroll wants to be. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up, they've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Did you see that? The end may be near for John O'Carroll. Let's talk about O'Carroll in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout. On to the fifth we go. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Beautiful counter shot. Not a lot of defense here at all. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. John O'Carroll stumbling. Let's see that again.
That's lights out right there.
on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
He's got to waste time. Step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it, because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in a round.
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about O'Carroll in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be. On to the 6th round. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Swing and a miss with that jab. Hold that thought! The end may... He caught him with that body shot, and it froze him in his tracks. Look at this again.
Where did that...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
He's got the advantage halfway. Hold it right there! This is not where John O'Carroll wants to be. That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
A knockout victory? That is... Todd, did you see the shot? That's not a knockout, that's an assassination. What a shot!
Victory all in my eyes. Enemies only can see my demise. Envision my downfall. It's not in my view.
All right, I went over the rules. I want you to protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck.
That's it, switch it up.
Kid, what are you doing? Come on, switch on. Switch on. Now listen, kid, I need you to go back out there. I need you to win this round. Get your mind back, get your focus back at that.
Good work, that's it. Now breathe. Breathe, just get
Off. Don't give him anything. Go back and win the round, right?
Get him up, but you'll take him out. He's ready to go, he's absolutely...
And all your work all the way through camp. Okay, focus, focus. Big, deep breaths, big, deep breaths. Calm yourself down. Calm yourself back. Come on, breathe. Breathe.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good? Good man.
You're gonna lose this fight, do you? Come on. You've led him back into this. You're better than...
Straights down the middle. Can't miss him. Great work. Stay focused. Don't let...
Basics. Just get your rhythm back. We go again. You getting soft on me? Hey, the fight's not over yet. You gotta get out there and win this round, kid.
Don't get carried away. Think about the defense on the end of what you do. Good.
Let's get out there. Get your boxing back together. Just take the round.
Fight. Don't give him any free shots. Keep smart. Just...
You've been coasting this fight, and now you're gonna let him get back in.
Beautiful. That's it. Just start sticking a few body shots in there.
Hey, go out in the first minute, stick him on the end of your jab, and then start gathering.
Just the same again. Don't change too much yet. Keep doing what you're doing. The gaps will appear.
Got a low left hand. Look to the right hand. Look to the right. Wicky jab. Look to the right hand over his lazy jab.
Now what we gonna do right here is settle the score. Look around you. We got a whole room full of monsters. We gonna shut it down like this. Let's go. Yeah. The tricks of the trade, the rules of the game. I've been to the top and I've been to the bottom. I tell you they look about the same. I can speak about comfort, I can speak about pain. You wanna come do this, study my movements, go opposite of the grain. See, I never heard of vacations, bro, that word to me is insane. I'd rather put hands in the dirt as I put in the work and watch suckers complain. Cause on it regardless, who go the hardest, whole family is just chock full of ballers. Who would have tell them I never been there? I step in the circle, just know I'm prepared. I win or I learn, I never will lose. The fork in the road, which one will you choose? Look, the people need answers. You ready to dance? This one for the champs. The blood, sweat, and tears of my stripes. I only tell stories of fights. You learn that the struggle is part of the hustle. Don't ever mistake them as gripes. First I hit them with lefts, then I hit them with rights. After all that I've been through, I gotta continue to cut through that bull with a knife. You holding me up, so I'm rising. You want me to fail or surprised? I'm addicted to winning, so since the beginning I only focus on horizons. Only recorders, who go the hardest? Whole family is just chock full of ballers. Who would have tell them I never been there? I step in the circle, just know I'm prepared. I win or I learn, I never will lose. The fork in the road, which one will you choose? Look, the people need answers. You ready to dance? This one for the champs. So what can I tell you? I learned from my failures. I traveled through hell with a gang full of tailspins, and I only prevail cause I came with my day ones, and they never strayed from tough situations. I'm saying there's no conversation, just head down and get from the heart that we came from. All we recorders, who go the hardest? Whole family is just chock full of ballers. Who would have tell them I never been there? I step in the circle, just know I'm prepared. I win or I learn, I never will lose. The fork in the road, which one will you choose?
Who could forget what happened here May 18th, 2024? Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight title. Next to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure.
It's Sean Showtime Porter, the two-time welterweight champion of the world, born in Ohio, but fighting out of Las Vegas, USA. So here comes Saul Alvarez. This young fighter is only 20 years old, but he's already had 37 professional fights, and he's got 25 knockouts.
Oh, pure bad blood.
So now let's go into the ring for the official introductions. Here's the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Northeast Ohio, here is a welterweight champion of the world, Showtime, Sean Porter. Fighting out of the blue corner, and now introducing from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. At 20 years of age, he is undefeated in his campaign with a record of 36 wins, no losses, 1 draw with 25 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the young undefeated world contender, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
It's a privilege and an honor to be here. I feel so lucky to be sat here talking about something I love.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. swinging big and missing big with that hook. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They both want a highlight reel knockout. So much pre-match drama before this showdown. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in? These two boxers are finally ready to get it on.
Can you imagine walking into this, Todd? Walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name. You can't even hear your corner man whisper in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about it.
He threw a punch and just got countered. We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. No, we don't see a knockdown.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Sean Porter in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Basics, get your rhythm back, then we go again.
Focus. Don't let him look into the fight. Great round.
Don't worry about that round. Don't worry about it. Let's go out there. Let's reset. Forget about that round. It was a bad round, but we don't care. Go out,
Set him up. But you'll take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered.
this fight, and now you've let him get back into it. Now it's a tougher fight.
Otherwise, he'll see it and he'll ride it out. Go out there and finish him.
In the first minute, stick him on the end of the jab, and then start gathering your...
In the power shots. Don't forget the jab. And don't get
Time
tired.
winding down as we get set for another round.
I need you to switch back on. Get focused.
Just stay focused. Don't let him back into the fight. Don't give him no free shots. Keep smart.
The straight right just misses. Those counter punches have to hurt. That counter punch caught him clean. You don't want to trade shots. Punch, counter punch. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Beautiful counter shot. Uh-oh, Porter is on wobbly legs.